There seems to be a lot of confusion, seems to be a lot of misunderstanding as to why there has been such a visceral reaction to the Kansas City Chiefs making it to the Super Bowl again. Mainstream media, they are claiming that NFL fans are upset with this Super Bowl matchup because of Taylor Swift. Conservative media is claiming that the NFL is rigged. They set up this Super Bowl matchup so Taylor Swift could endorse John Biden. Really? Do you expect me to believe that this was some elaborate conspiracy designed by the NFL so the biggest pop star in the country could use their largest platform to endorse the inaugural winner of the Huge Embarrassing Failure Awards? Last night, I saw an article in the New York Post where they reported that Vivek Ramaswamy was accusing the NFL of being rigged. Now, normally I find the New York Post to be incredibly reliable, but this particular story was 100% garbage. Vivek Ramaswamy never made that accusation. Remember last week when I told you guys if the Guardians made it to the Super Bowl, it was going to be 2 weeks of misery? Well, what we have seen this week, this was the misery I was talking about. This fabricated war that has been created by the mainstream media, the politicization of the Super Bowl, the perception. The perception is being created that if you support the Chiefs, you are a supporter of Johnny B. Biden. If you're against the Chiefs, I guess you're a normal person. But neither of those outcomes are true. Yesterday, Colin Cowherd addressed this perceived hatred towards Taylor Swift by NFL fans. While he didn't necessarily say anything wrong, I feel like Colin Cowherd completely missed the point. I think Colin Cowherd's one of the most fascinating, entertaining personalities on radio and television. When I was in college and throughout my 20s, I listened to Colin Cowherd every day. Howard Stern in the morning, Cowherd through lunch. Now, throughout his career, Cowherd has often been criticized by his detractors for getting a lot of things wrong. This man's a dumbass! All he offers is hot takes. Cowherd never gets anything right. I don't listen to Cowherd as much as I did in the past, but when I was a daily listener, I was not listening to Colin Cowherd for factual information. I wasn't listening to Colin Cowherd so he could get things right and maybe teach me something. I listened to Colin Cowherd because he was entertaining. He offered a unique perception that I couldn't find anywhere else. Yesterday, he offered a somewhat unique perception on this disdain that NFL fans have towards Taylor Swift. I think it's safe to say there is a large portion of the NFL fan base that doesn't identify as Swiffers. Now, I would share this clip of Colin Cowherd with you guys, but for some reason, FS1 outright refuses to let me use their clips. Fox Sports is the only major media company in this country that refuses to work with me on this. They used to allow me to do it in the past. At some point, I guess I bruised their boodle by criticizing Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Hey, it's me, Shay Shay! I don't know their reasons, I just know they refuse to approve usage of their clips. So I'll have to summarize what Colin Cowherd said yesterday. According to Colin Cowherd, this disdain that NFL fans have towards Taylor Swift is rooted in misogyny. Oh, it's so painful. Lonely men hate this beautiful woman. No matter how much they pay their doctor, lonely men can never look like Taylor Swift. He referenced a statistic. He didn't say where he got it from, but I have seen something similar to this in the past. 50% of men haven't been inside of a woman since birth. Colin Cowherd made it seem like this pertained to all men, but if I remember correctly, the report I saw a while back claimed half the men under 30, or maybe it was 35, have never been with a woman. Unless, of course, it was a virtual woman or an inflatable woman. Believe it or not, we actually have young men in this country paying hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands of dollars, to experience what it's like to have a virtual girlfriend for a day. Can't take her to dinner, can't take her to your bedroom, but you can have a damn good time spaking off to some fucking robot. Marriage rates are at historic lows. According to a 2022 study done by Pew Research, 60% of young American men are single. That's double the rate of young women. Factually, Colin Cowherd is right. There's a lot of lonely dudes in this country spanking the skin off their cucumber. He also mentioned that these same lonely men don't get upset with famous men attending sporting events. I never hear men complain about Matthew McConaughey. I haven't seen one person complain about Eminem. These lonely men are deeply misogynistic. They resent women, which makes them hate Taylor Swift. Again. Factually speaking, Colin Cowherd is not wrong. If I watch a Texas football game during the fall, I can count on seeing Matthew McConaughey on the sidelines. A couple of years ago, when I went to Madison Square Garden to watch the Knicks, Spike Lee sitting courtside. During the Toronto Raptors run to the NBA Finals, Drake was sitting courtside every game. Now, I do remember people complaining about the overexposure of Drake, but it wasn't even close to the level that people are complaining about Taylor Swift. Cowherd, he continued with the facts by pointing out that Taylor Swift is only featured on an NFL broadcast for an average of about 25 seconds a game. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'll just take his word for it. Here is where Colin Cowherd, though, is completely missing the point. For starters, are there lonely dudes hating on Taylor Swift because she's a woman? I mean, probably so, but I'm not talking about the small minority. I'm talking about the frustration of the majority. Me personally, I could not give a fuck less about Taylor Swift. I don't care that she is attending NFL games trying to catch some mythical wave in her suite. I don't care that she comes onto the field and smooches her future Swiffer. I thought Travis Swiffer doing that heart shit with his hands was kind of feminine, but was it really a big deal? No. To be honest with you, I couldn't name one Taylor Swift song. I'm sure if I heard one of her songs, I would probably recognize it, but Taylor Swift has been in the mainstream for damn near 2 decades now. In the past 15 years, I have never, ever been a Swiffer. I'm not drowning my tears in some fruity mixed drink, listening to breakup songs about John Legend or John Jonas or John Squires or who cares? It doesn't matter what his name is. Whatever, John played the guitar and broke her heart and she wrote a bunch of sappy shit about him. I don't listen to it. Makes no difference to me if the Swiffers ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. I think most people feel the same way. Here is where I think a lot of this frustration's coming in. For over 50 years, the Super Bowl has been about football. For decades, the NFL as a league has been about football. Now, not only has the Super Bowl been kind of politicized, it's also turning into the National Enquirer. What's the biggest story going into the Super Bowl? The relationship between the Swiffers. And like I said the other day, it's not their fault. A lot of this frustration with Taylor Swift has little to do with Taylor Swift. I believe a lot of people are sick of this because the media won't stop talking about it. The media is shoving this relationship in our face. I have been telling you guys for a long time now, this hatred for the Kansas City Chiefs, it has been brewing. 5 years ago, Patrick Mahomes was the most popular player in the NFL. Hell, he might have been the most popular athlete in the country. During their first Super Bowl run, everyone was pulling for the Chiefs. I got a lot of respect for Andy Reid. I wanted to see Andy Reid win his first Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes was a humble kid. You couldn't help but like him. But then the Chiefs began to turn into a fucking circus. Jackie Mahomes was begging to become a star. He was disrespecting legends like Sean Taylor, foo-foo dancing on his memorial like the dancing queen that he is. He was uploading videos to TikTok where he's trying to prove his manhood by making out with what appeared to be girls, but these days you just never know. NFL fans, they were begging Patrick Mahomes to control the dancing queen. He never did. All the while, Jackie Mahomes is claiming to be the ultimate victim. Why do men hate me? I'm trying to mesmerize them with my mango dance, but none of these boys want to see my milkshake in their yard. At the same time, Brittany Mahomes is on social media trying to make everything about Brittany Mahomes. NFL officials screwed us again. We're going to the Super Bowl. I'm the MVP of the team. We're just not used to seeing the wives of NFL players, mainly NFL quarterbacks, acting like teenage girls. Drew Brees played in New Orleans for 15 years. You know how many times I saw Brittany Brees making a complete fool of herself? None. This frustration with the Kansas City Chiefs, and more specifically, the Mahomes Mafia. This frustration, it has been building for years, and the infusion of Taylor Swift caused that frustration to boil over. If Travis Kelce was playing for the Detroit Lions and Taylor Swift had conducted herself the same way, I don't think it would have been a big deal. Well, KC, that's not true. Jessica Simpson was destroyed when she dated Tony Romo. Yeah, but that situation is similar to the Chiefs. People are always looking for a reason to hate the Dallas Cowboys. When Reggie Bush was in New Orleans, he was dating Kim Kardashian. At the time, Reggie Bush, he was one of the most popular players in the league. Anyone remember any backlash to that relationship? Danica Patrick dated Aaron Rodgers. Hell, they dated for what, 2 or 3 years? Anyone remember any outrage? The point is, there's a lot of NFL fans that have been looking for a reason to hate the Chiefs. Jackie Mahomes gave them a reason, but he faded into the background. Brittany Mahomes gave them a reason, and now the media's obsession with Taylor Swift has given them the ultimate reason. If she endorses John Biden, it is going to get absolutely brutal. Now, there has been no indication that she's going to do that. If the NFL's smart, they're begging her not to, but if she does, anyway, give me your thoughts on this. I could be way off base here. Colin Cowherd claims this visceral reaction to Taylor Swift is rooted in misogyny. I disagree. I think it's rooted in the media's obsession with her and the Super Bowl getting politicized and turning into TMZ, while also giving fans the ultimate reason to hate the team they want to hate. What do you think, though? There could be another reason that I'm overlooking here. You let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. I appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.